My dreams are nightmares. How can I sleep? You got the gun against me.
What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the DC Collectibles DC Designer Series DC Bombshells Wonder Woman. Now, really happy I have this girl in hand. I originally wasn't going to pick up any of the Bombshell figures, but after looking at packaging and then seeing them at my local comic book store, I just had to pick them up, and they look phenomenal, and we're going to have a look at all of them right now. You can see we do have the standard DC Collectibles collector box. She is part of the DC Bombshells. This is, of course, Wonder Woman. She is figure 1 of the series, so that is something to point out. And then on the side, we do have a really beautiful drawing of the Bombshell Wonder Woman. On the packaging, the other figures of this wave, besides Wonder Woman, we do have Bombshell Harley Quinn, Bombshell's Poison Ivy, and Bombshell's Batwoman. So really nice figure, really looking forward to getting her out of the packaging. So what I'm going to do now is take a little break, get her opened up, and then we'll go on to the rest of her review. So sit tight, everyone. And so here we have Wonder Woman posed and out of the packaging. Before we get on to Wonder Woman, let's actually have a really good 360 of her. And I'm going to say this right off the bat, she is a really phenomenal figure. I'm actually blown away by this figure. This figure actually caught me off guard, being better than I originally thought it was going to be. I mean, seeing the prototype pictures, then seeing the actual figures, I knew they were going to be good figures, but having them in hand, this Wonder Woman is a really phenomenal figure, and I'll get more into that later, but just right off the bat, completely blown away by exactly how much better these figures are than I originally thought. Let's actually go on to her accessories really fast, because she does come with quite a few of them. Besides the fist that she has on, she does come with 2 other pairs of hands. Let's actually show those off. Like I said, she does come with 2 fist hands right there. She also does come with 2 sets of gripping hands, I should say. These smaller grip and then these wider grip. Now, out of the accessories she has, I can't find any accessory that would accommodate this hand unless... maybe. I'll show this off in a little bit, but as it stands, you can see the 2 different grip hands, the lighter grip and the bigger grip. And you can see that her lighter grip isn't going to accommodate the wrench much. However, her wider grip is, and you can just... the way they designed this, it's really ingenious. You just put it in her hand like that, slide it up, and it's a really secure fit. That's not going to go anywhere. So we can go ahead and take this hand off and go ahead and slide this new hand on. Make sure you plug it in all the way. And there we have her holding the wrench, all Rosie the Riveter style, and really liking that. And let's actually take this hand off really fast so we can just show off how she looks with it posed. Again, really wasn't expecting too much from these figures, but then actually having them in hand, I'm more inclined and really excited to see the next batch of Bombshell figures. So hopefully they're as good as Wonder Woman, if not better, because that would be so much nicer. And I'm already falling in love with the Bombshell figures. I kind of wish I picked up some of the statues now. But then again, I'm not really a statue kind of guy, and you can see she does hold the wrench really well. And let's actually show off the wrench, because the wrench has quite a bit of details on it. It is a red plastic painted with the grays and the silver, but it also has this wash on it which makes it look dirty, dingy. I really do like it. It's really World War II-esque. Unfortunately, the head of the wrench doesn't move. It's just all one continuous sculpt, so that's a little unfortunate that this doesn't slide up and down. Would have been cool if it did, but I can see why they didn't go that route. And then we do have this ball and chain. Now, if you notice, it doesn't really make sense when you look at it this way, because these 3 chains are sculpted as one, and looking at the instructions, this chain does come apart. like so, and I'm guessing you can take the thinner grip hand and maybe slide it on through. I don't know, I haven't tried this yet, so we're actually going to do this together on camera. So maybe, just maybe, yeah, that's how to do it. That's how you do it. The smaller grip hands accommodate the chain accessory, so that's pretty cool. So you can have her breaking those apart, or you can have her just holding it like this. It really depends on how you want to have her pose, and she looks really beautiful holding it. I mean, she's a strong, really strong woman, and the way they have her designed here, I really do like the costume. I think the only gripe I have with this figure is the head sculpt. That's probably my one and only complaint about the figure. I think they could have done a much better job sculpting the figure. Let's get her to stand up. And also the fact she has heels. It does make it a little difficult for her to stand. And I think the head sculpt is a little bit not where it should be. The paint is a little strange in the eyes. It does look like she's tired and needs sleep. Still a really beautiful head sculpt. I kind of wish that she just had a little smile, not this really big grin on her face. Her hair is done in this really soft plastic, so it's not really going to get in the way. You can see her tiara is actually a headband, so that's pretty cool. And if you're wondering, yes, the paint does go all the way around the hair too, so that's a really nice detail. I'm glad that they incorporated. She is wearing a red shirt with the Wonder Woman logo outlined in gold. A little bit of paint error here on mine, and I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but her top is darker than her middle right here, which is a little odd because I think this is flesh-colored plastic painted red, and I don't know what type of plastic this is. So that's a little strange to me. You can see her cuffs right there. She has that really big belt buckle with the eagle. Her shorts have the stars on them, and then just these beautiful designs on her bracelets. I forgot what they're called. I forgot what her bracelets are called. I know there's a specific name for them. I just can't remember it off the top of my head. She does have the golden lasso right here, which is done in a really, really nice color gold. And unfortunately, a gold. There is some paint on my figure right there. I'm guessing they painted it like that, and it stuck, and they pulled it off, and leaving that little gold streak there. And then we get to her boots, which have the star and the cuff painted white, and then we have a white stripe going down them. And if you really want, she does have one peg hole on her right foot. So that's Bombshell Wonder Woman for you. Let's actually get her posed so we can move on to her articulation, which, for being a DC collectible figure, she has a surprising amount of articulation, and there's even parts of her articulation that I'm surprised are even on the figure. Running from the top to the bottom, she does have a really good ball joint. She can look up really well, down really well, tilt her head off to the side, tilt her head to this side, and again, the hair is soft enough that it does not get in the way. It does move left and right, so really, really good range of movement in the head. Arms on a ball joint, they do go out, and it's the same on both sides. The way her sleeve is designed, the cuff is actually hiding the joint, so you're not going to see that joint, so really great piece of engineering there. She is double jointed at the elbow. She has a hinge in the wrist as well as a swivel. So double jointed elbow, hinge and swivel wrist. She also does have a ball jointed torso, which you can make her turn left and right. Goes back, forward, side to side, so a lot of movement right there. Then we also do get this lower torso crunch, which really doesn't provide the best movement forward, but it does provide a lot of movement back, so you can get her arching pretty far back. Legs do go forward, back and out really far. And something I noticed about Wonder Woman is that she has a drop-down hinge. So you can actually get more range out of her than you normally would. And that's something we see on import figures, and I'm really surprised to see that she has that drop-down hinge, because that's not a piece of articulation that domestic figures normally have. She does have a thigh swivel, although the way it's sculpted, her thigh swivel is at an angle. She has a double joint in the knee. I think she has a swivel in the boot, but it might be frozen. No, I don't think she does. If she does, the joints on mine don't want to move. And then she has a hinge in the ankle, which go forward and back. Stiff joints on mine, which is really good. And then she also does have a pivoting joint in her boot, so you can actually get her posed really, really well. And like I said, surprising amount of articulation on this girl. So what I'm going to do now is get her posed and move on to my final thoughts, then we'll wrap up this review. So sit tight, everyone. So here we have Bombshell Wonder Woman posed for my final thoughts. Overall, a really, really great figure. If you are on the fence about this line, definitely pick these girls up. They are phenomenal figures, and this is just off Wonder Woman. I really am excited for Harley Quinn and the other three now. If you're looking for this figure, she is out now, as they just barely hit comic book stores the week I'm making this. If you can find her, definitely pick her up. Don't hesitate. If you're on the fence about these girls, definitely get on the side of the fence that picks these figures up. They are phenomenal. And again, just really blown away by the amount of articulation and just how nice this figure looks. I was lucky enough to find mine at my local comic book store. The guy gave me a 15% discount for picking up the whole line, so kudos to your local comic book store. Go ahead and support your local comic book stores. They are a gem in this world, and the people you meet are really nice, especially over in my town. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. If you want to see more of the Bombshells, please let me know down in the comments, and I'll find some really awesome figures to review for you guys. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Go check out all my other DC collectible figures, all my other action figure reviews. Right now, Wonder Woman is probably going to be the only one up, but Harley Quinn and the others are coming, so sit tight, guys. They are going to be here. And until next time, guys, I'm King of Dragons 5000, and I'll see you guys later. Take care, everyone.
My dreams are nightmares. How can I sleep? You got the gun against me.